is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show. This
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Join us at the Seminole Casino Hotel in Immokalee. It'll be next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, May 4th. Inner Circle will be there. Stephen Marley will be there. Two legendary.
Come early.
Yes.
Meet and greet. Say what's up. You know, practice up your Jamaican. We give you a class. You know what I mean? Walk on. You know, it's fun. You know.
Yeah, and by the way, come early because they got great facilities. Besides the casino, you might be able to eat something, all that good stuff.
Yeah. It's a fun day. Whether you live in wherever Naples, wherever Miami, anywhere where you listen to this, come on now.
Yep,
We'll be
exactly.
waiting.
And we got the QR
Ready or not, here we come.
Exactly. There you go. So use the QR code if you want to get tickets and join us next week. And again, Ian, I got to tell you, thank you for taking some time. I can't wait to get to the concert next week with the wife and jam. Hopefully I'll get to meet you next week, you and your future.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped, you know.
I'm looking forward to it, man, and I'm very honored that you were able to join us. I look forward to seeing you next week, my friend. Thank you for taking.
Man, come tell him come by the blue and silver bus, man, and holler at us, man. We be on the bus.
You got it. Thank you.
All right, man. Peace.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Welcome aboard. Good morning, one and all. It is Friday, May 3rd, 2024. Bitcoin making its run back. It's almost, it's approaching 62,000 actually. Or is it at 61,744? So good news. Markets are, it's a weird thing. Markets are doing well right now. Dow is up 462 points. The S&P's up almost 59 points. The NASDAQ is barely down a quarter of a point overall, but good start. It's one of those things. They saw that the job rates are down, and a lot of people, there are people losing some jobs. So now they think the Feds will cut the rates. So I think it's kind of like they're getting ahead of it or something, because the Feds want to see people lose their jobs, and then they say, okay, now it's working what we're doing. It's the weirdest thing in the world. But anyway, so Bitcoin is up to 61,759 right now. It was just a straight shot. It was, let me see right here. It was at 59,119 at 3 a.m. Okay. So then from that point on, from 59.1, it has shot up to 61.7. And it was at 58.8. And that was, let me see, that was the 3 p.m. So it's gone up. We'll see if this is a short run or are we back on track? We will find out. So there you go. It's a beautiful thing. Hopefully this is the one that this is the rebound. Hopefully this is the rebound to get over 73.7 to higher plateaus. Only a matter of time. So we got some stuff to talk about. David Furones will join us at 10:30. Manny Navarro will join us at 11. Sean Stanley, 62,000. Sean Stanley is mastering the platform. Bitcoin's riding right now, 62,000. Ray Martinez, sir, you made a nice donation yesterday in Bitcoin. Thank you, sir. You did it on the dip. Yeah, I think when you made the donation, I think it was like at 50. Why do I even have to look? I'll just look at it right there. Thank you, Ray. When he made the donation, it was at 59.2. So it's already at 62. So there you go. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it. All of you that make, some Bitcoin donations. Ocala Joe makes some Bitcoin donations. Love it. Those are our favorite donations on the show. A Bitcoin donation. Nothing like that. That's the donation that proves you truly care, because it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's a beautiful thing. No, seriously, but we appreciate it. Thank you all out there as always. Got the super chats, everything. Got the chat board going on. We do have some stuff, and I'm going to have to call bullshit on something today, on someone that I hate to do it, but it happens when you're tied to the corporate world. They get your claws into you. They pay you. So you're tied to them, and you have to then, do what they want one way or another, right? It doesn't matter. You could be an employee. You could be a current player, a former player, an analyst. You could be an executive. You're just kind of tied to a business or a team, and so this person's tied to that, and they are really not being honest. And it's a shame that I have to call this person out, because I have much love for him. He's a legend in this town, but I gotta call bullshit when bullshit is out there. So we will do that. Unfortunately, we will do that. I see Jamie Zoria in San Jose is number one, baby. Yes, sir. Smashing it and hoping everybody has a great weekend. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you. Like he says, man, hit that like button, notification bell. Watch time is very important. Appreciate it. Even if you gotta go, let it play, man. Ray Sosa in, Cosa Nostra, Steven Gonzalez. How about the Maple Leafs? That was good. Man, it was 1-0 forever, and then they got the second goal. And then Boston scores with like a tenth of a second left. And you're like, oh, shit, dude, we're still not out of this, But, yeah, Nylander, I think, got both goals last night. It was one of those. I watched the whole game, dude. I was watching on the other TV. I had the Sixers game and the Knicks, and that got pretty good too. And then the Knicks kind of pulled away right there at the end. And kudos to them, man. Kudos to them. They have worked their asses off, regular season and playoffs. I remember my favorite team used to do those things. They used to work hard in the regular season, and then it would pay off for them in the post. I remember those days. Steve Chapman is in. He says, wish my Celtics good luck in the next round. I'll do the same for your Panthers. At least I won't have to worry about them kicking the snot out of my Bruins. They're finished. Now, oh, why? Because you guys have, I think the Bruins have lost 6 straight game-clinching games. That's why he's saying that. Is it 6 straight? Am I right, Steve? Is that the stat I'm remembering? I did not know that, by the way. I knew that last night when I'm listening to the game, that apparently the Bruins have lost 6 straight game-clinching games. I did not know that. So Steve's saying that because he's expecting the Bruins to lose because it's a game-clinching. But, I mean, you're kind of due also. The question is, does Toronto get their guy back? Now, if they get him back, then that really adds to it. But we'll see. There's a lot of drama in that 7th game. Steve, not for nothing, but I want to see 86 overtimes. Can we do that? 3 periods and then 86 overtimes after that. And then I really don't give a shit who advances. Their legs will be dead. It'll be like a night with Halle Berry and Salma Hayek. I'll never walk again. But who cares? Oh, I'm sorry. Luis Benito. Good morning, Big O and Sean. Happy Friday. I really hope the Heat go with the young guys and trade Butler, Rozier, Duncan to acquire more. Yeah, we're gonna address that today. Kyle Cockrell is in the house. Nico Jones is in the house. The Panthers are the team we need to get behind. Oh, yeah. I mean, the Panthers have been the best franchise and team in town the last 2 years. They have taken over as the number one franchise in town. They have ripped it off the Miami Heat. They have kicked the Miami Heat off the pedestal. In fact, the Miami Heat has fallen to the third spot right now. Dolphins could be breathing on them for that third spot very soon. But InterMiami already has jumped, the Miami Heat. And I'm talking about winning a championship. Okay? The Heat are falling. And fast, by the way. And fast. Very fast. The Heat has always been the hardest working team, and that's what Heat culture is. The year they put in with their jerseys in the court in the first year, they haven't practiced with what they that's 2 years in a row, Sneak Attack. 2 years in a row, the Heat are lazy in the regular season. And you look, bro, Jimmy Butler and the Heat the last 2 years is the kid that doesn't do his classwork or half his homework or whatever, and his grades, and he's failing. And he realizes it, and by the end of the semester, there's like a week or two left, he's begging his teacher for all kinds of extra credit work to try to make up grades. And the teacher's like, too late. And so the Heat has played lazy basketball for 2 years. They have made it a joke now. Okay. And this is Jimmy Butler. He's made it a joke that the regulars, don't worry about it. We could get out of the play-in and we'll climb all the way to the title because we did it one time. Because, of course, everyone gets out of the play-in and goes all the way to the title. It happens like all the time in the NBA. 8 seeds go all the way to the title and even win it all the time. But that's how Jimmy Butler has everybody programmed now. And so Heat culture's dead. Heat culture's completely broken. Let's get that shit straight. I'll tell you when Heat culture comes back. Okay? When I actually see a team that gives a shit about the standings and they're looking to be number 1 or number 2 or number 3, not that they're fighting to avoid the play-in and they're in 6, 7, and 8 and 9 and No. Heat culture is broken completely, dude. That's a lie. Okay? They should have new shirts. It should say Heat culture, and then the Ghostbusters thing, it should have a broken across. Hey, any of you out there creative with that shit, can you send me that? Because that would be I like that. I would like to promote that. Heat culture broken. Because if you're going to have any guts to praise an organization when they're doing it right, then have the guts to say it when they're doing it wrong. Are we clear on that? I get, listen, man, you want to go listen to the fan sites? You could go listen to the fan sites. They got their little fucking pom-poms on, and they never want to talk about what's real, what's going on really with the Dolphins or the Marlins or the Panthers or the Heat or whatever, because they're too sentimental. Go check it out. Go check it out over there. But don't brag about Heat culture anymore. They lost Heat culture. Heat culture is about working the whole time. Heat culture isn't about coasting in the regular season and not giving a shit and taking your season ticket money and doing nothing with it for 82 games. I'm sorry, but that's not the definition that I know of Heat culture. So Heat culture broken. Absolutely broken. And Pat Riley has allowed it to be broken. We were, Yeah, what was the theme I would get with Anthony Chang and Ira Winderman here on the show so far? Two of the insiders that are on the beat, and they get told this shit by the team because I've been around. I've done it this too, and they'll come out and they'll tell you, and they'll mention stuff. Feelings. Nothing more than Tyler, because we're so fucking worried about moving him to 6-man because we're worried about his feelings. Yeah, there you go. Heat culture broken. Thank you, Sean. Miami Heat culture is broken. They worry about Tyler's feelings. That's the shit I heard the last year about Tyler starting and not putting him back at 6-man. Now's when they're talking about, like UD last night. Like, I've been talking about that shit for well over a year now. Tyler is not a starter. He's a 6-man. He has no business. Oh, no, but, they're worried about his feelings. That's not Heat culture. Heat culture doesn't worry about your feelings. Man up. You're not starting because you don't deserve to start. So what you got to do is shut up. As they say in the Warriors, soldier up, keep your mouth shut, and go earn it. Oh, no, but we're worried about his feelings. Well, if you don't sign Jimmy Butler, well, then he's going to become an a-hole. Last time I checked, Pat Riley's supposed to be the baddest a-hole in the place. But was anybody a bigger a-hole than Don Shula? I must have missed that because I lived through it. You want to be an asshole? Shula's going to be a bigger asshole. You want to be an asshole? Pat Riley used to be the bigger asshole. Old, I guess. I do find myself crying a hell of a lot more in these movies, and it's the weirdest thing. Maybe because I'm getting older, right? So is Riley soft now? Because he's in his mid to late 70s now? Is that what it is? Riley getting soft? Losing his complete edge? Because he's worried about somebody's feelings? Because that's what I hear from the beat writers. That means that's the propaganda they've been given by the team. They're worried about his feelings. Feelings. Nothing more than feelings. Come on. Heat culture is as broken as it's ever been. What they built, they've destroyed. And so you got to get back to who you are, man. I already explained it yesterday. Go look at the blueprint from 20 years. First 20 years of Riley. And now look at the last 10 years of Riley. From 2015 to 2024. Answer your question. That's all you need to do. Blueprint's completely changed. Last 10 years, you penny pinch. You're trying to find nuggets from, the street. You're out there. You're out there like in the gold rush. You're out them hills, and you're in the river, and you nuggets, trash. Because you want to unearth, because, of course, you unearthed Alonzo Mourning. You found them, right? No, you found them, right? You unearthed Tim Hardaway. You unearthed Shaq. When they used to acquire stars, like real stars? Remember that? They used to have number one stars all over the place. Now they get 4 and 5 guys and they try to sell you, stars. It's what kind of load of shit is this, dude? What are we doing here, dude? What are you acquiring? What are you trying to do? You're trying to mine it cheap? Oh, you're trying to mine the Bitcoin at 8,000. Hang on and sell it right now at 61,611, huh? You're hoping that you mine that Tyler Hero coin and it turns into a Dwayne Wade coin. Sorry. Never going to happen. Just look at what's gone on the last 10 years compared to the first 20 years. And you will see that the blueprint is completely different. And while you've had a magical 4-year run, and it ended this year in year 5, you couldn't ask for more. It was awesome. You have to be honest with yourself. You overachieved because you have this great coach. Jimmy played his ass off, but the reality is you were never going to win anything. And why? Because you don't have the old blueprint anymore. You keep trying to sell me Bam and Tyler as a star. So, please go lie to somebody else. Don't bullshit me. What can I tell you? I can tell you that tomorrow I'm going to be at the Seminole Casino Hotel in Immokalee. I'm going to have a hell of a day. In the morning, I'm going on a stunt plane. All right. I'm going to go with Daniel Rayom, Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom, our lawyers. And so I tell you, Daniel is a stunt pilot. Well, he lives up north. He lives right by Immokalee. And he has his stunt plane out there and all that kind of stuff. So in the morning, I'm going to get on a stunt plane. We're going to do all kinds of tricks and all that to a certain extent. I don't want to throw up too much. I'm not going to eat it. I am definitely not eating a damn thing. And then in the evening, the real me comes alive. So me and the wife will go over to the Seminole Casino Hotel in Immokalee. And please join me, man. Use that QR code, Stephen Marley and Inner Circle. And by the way, you got to check out our interview with Ian Lewis from Inner Circle. It is there on the platform. He was marvelous. Stephen Marley's got a new album, Old Soul. It's got some great tunes. You're going to love it. Inner Circle's got great songs, great hits. So this is going to be an awesome concert. So if you happen to live in the Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie area, or if you're just, coming from another direction, more south, more north, or west, come on over, man, and join us there at the Seminole Casino Hotel in Immokalee for Stephen Marley. Use the QR code. And by the way, since, it's an outdoor thing, if you're there, please tap me on the shoulder, say hi. I hate when you send me an email or a text later. Hey, I saw you, but I didn't want to bother you. I'm like, no, come on, dude. Please. It's not even a bother. It's an honor. Okay, so please, if you are out there, but this is going to be awesome tomorrow. I'm going to have a great day tomorrow. Stunt pilot, plane, and then I get to see Inner Circle and Stephen Marley and gamble a little bit there in Immokalee. That'll be fun. That'll be a good night. A good night. Listen, let me call bullshit where bullshit needs to be called. Okay? And I love Udonis Haslam. Udonis Haslam is a god in this town. He is one of the true treasures in our town. But unfortunately, now he's a company man. And, I'm going to call bullshit no matter who it is. Could be a really good friend of mine. Could be an acquaintance. Could be one of you. Could be my wife. And it could be Udonis Haslam. And he was asked about Bam and about Tyler Hero and where Tyler should play. And so you're going to hear Perkins. And I think Stephen A. Perkins were interviewing him. And then you'll hear his answer. And I'm going to break it down where and why Udonis is obviously now a company man or he's deadly wrong. Here we go.
Do you trust Tyler Hero and Bam to be able to take that leap? And when I say take that leap, be in the conversation. When you look at Tyler Hero, can he be in the conversation or elevate his game like a Tyrese Maxey or Jalen Brunson? Can he elevate his game and be in the conversation with the likes of Giannis and Anthony Davis? That's what I'm asking.
Bam definitely can, and Tyler definitely can, but I think for Tyler, his role, I think he's great as a six-man. When he won Six-Man of the Year, I think that's a great role for Tyler. I think moving into the future, in today's NBA, you can still be six-man, you can still get all your money, you can still get all-star, you can still do all that in today's NBA. So I think Tyler's role for us and the best role for him is to probably be a six-man. That takes nothing away from what Tyler does as a basketball player. But for our chemistry, we're better. We got Duncan Robinson in the starting lineup, making plays, being that trigger for us and spraying and creating for other guys. Tyler can come off in that second group. He doesn't have to worry about getting guys involved. He can just play basketball, score, and be who he is.
All right, UD, I love you, brother. The only thing he got right there is that Tyler does need to come off the bench, and they are better with Duncan Robinson. Stop with the bullshit, UD. I got it, dude. You're a company guy. You're there with the team. Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero will never be stars. And how long are we going to wait? How long are we going to wait? Can Bam and Tyler, how many years? I'm sorry. Either you're a star or you're not, dude. This doesn't happen 5, 6, 7 years down the line. They're good players. They have roles. They're not stars. So I get it. UD has really not as much credibility anymore because he's part of the team. And sorry, hey, breaking news for all of you. Most of you folks that work for a team, your credibility's shot because you can't really be honest when things are bad and when things aren't that good, so you'll talk it up. You were honest enough to talk about the six-man, but, you know, Riley's worried about feelings. So un-Riley-like. Tell me he's worried about feelings, dude. Like in pro sports, there are no feelings. You're getting paid. Either get it done or get out. It's pretty simple. I don't get this. So, Udonis, love you, brother, but stop selling bullshit to people. If Bam was a star, he would have proved it years ago already. And he would have wanted the ball. The offense would run through him. The offense doesn't run through him. He is just a piece of an offense. And the offense needs to flow in order for him to flow. If the offense ain't flowing, he's not good enough to carry it. That's been proven over and over and over with his passive self again and again and again. Stop lying to people. That's what you're doing when you tell them that Tyler Hero or Bam Adebayo can be stars. You're a liar. They're not franchise players. They're not stars. They're complementary players. They're role players. That's what they are. This is why the blueprint is broken. Because you're putting people in roles that they don't belong. Because they don't have the cojones of Shaq or Tim Hardaway or Alonzo Mourning or Chris Bosh or LeBron James or Dwayne Wade. You know, like the real stars that used to be on this team. Dude, Bam and Tyler, they don't have these cojones. Please. If I tell you, who do you want in a chemo right now? Okay, 143 people. I tell you right now, there is 2 seconds left. There's a 16-foot shot that needs to be made. Tyler, Bam, or UD with time expiring? Who are you taking? I bet you most people say, no, shit, I'm taking UD. Are we talking three-pointer? Well, then, yeah, I got to go Tyler. But an 18-footer? Oh, I seen UD hit that like 1,000 times. Ice in his veins. Fearless of any moment, UD. Come on, man. Please. Enough already. We got to stop with this shit, dude. I know what stars look like. And what is it like? I get that somebody has set the example over the last couple of years, just lie. And if you keep just saying the same lie, they end up believing the lie because you have enough people that are stupid. So are we going to keep lying to people about Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero? Let's just keep lying because enough people will believe it if you keep lying about it. Is this what we're supposed to do now? Is that the new way of doing things? Let's just keep lying to the public. And let's keep talking about two guys that shouldn't be put in that position, and let's keep putting them in those positions, and let's keep watching them fail. Wow. Really is amazing to me. And like, when are you going to learn your lesson? When are you going to stop writing those articles about Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero? When are you going to stop talking on your podcast or your radio show or from the team that those guys are any kind of stars or anything? Those guys, if they have decent seasons, they might be all-stars. Okay. Nice. They're never going to be franchise players or superstars. Never. Stop trying to make them that. Go back to the real blueprint when you actually went and got like real stars. You've only drafted one in your entire existence. In your entire existence, you only drafted one franchise player. Let's not make it sound like you homegrown produced them all the time. One time. 30-something years, one time. Franchise player. One time. So let's stop. Okay? You produce some good role players. Some of them become all-stars. But none of them are franchise. One guy. One guy in the entire team's existence. One. Stop. Stop it already. Go do what you used to do. So hit the reset button, collect the picks, wait a couple of years, have the cap space, all that kind of stuff. Then go out and do what you used to do. Because you ain't going to draft one. You don't have the first or second overall pick. And when you did, you got a stoner that didn't make it in Beasley. So let's go. Enough already. Enough of the sucking, as Neil Rogers would say. Where is it? Do I have that one? Do I have that one from Neil? Do I have enough of the sucking? Let's see. Where do we go here? Right here. Where is that? Come on, man. I can't find where. Enough of the sucking.
Yes.
Exactly. I can't see it now. I can't find it.
I'm dying over here.
I need to find it. Where is it?
Boy, does he have a lot of chutzpah.
Oh, well. All right. Can't find it. But I know I have enough of the sucking. I just, unfortunately, I don't know where it is. But for the Heat, enough. Get back to finding the real deal. We need that, dude. All right, let's get to a little Dolphins talk with the one and only David Furones and our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session. Welt and Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
All right. How you feeling, my brother? You feeling good?
Feeling good. A Friday. Feel good Friday.
Yes, it is. It is a feel-good Friday. So what else have you learned post-draft?
What else have I learned post-draft? I mean,
free agents.
Dolphins brought in a series of undrafted guys, 12 of them. I'm sorry? What was that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. What have you learned post-draft, street free agents, guys like that?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we did see DJ Chark off the board. I know you mentioned as soon as I reiterated the report that, he was never really on the Dolphins' radar. So, I mean, we do know Odell Beckham Jr. That still is a possibility. Status quo kind of there. And Tyler Boyd.
He just wants too much money, Odell. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
On Wednesday, I was told that they weren't ever interested in DJ Chark. By the way, dude, I've been saying it for well over 8 months. I already did that a while ago, and now I'll do it again. I'll remind everybody, Dalton Reisner he's never been on the radar. Never been on the radar for the Dolphins. So I don't know why people keep talking about him too. It's really weird. But the Chark one, I was disappointed, but I was more shocked at why. So it was just like, wow, okay. So they weren't fans of his at all. And that's kind of interesting. I was like, wow. Okay. I was like, okay. All right. Not interesting.
Big fans of Dalton, and I never know if it's Risner, as far as pronouncing it, but a lot of Dolphins fans, big fans of him. So, but it seems more like an external fan desire than anything from the team.
Trust me. I mean, I did a piece 8 months ago that he wasn't on their radar at all. And then I went back to check and I said, hey, people are talking. No, we're not interested. So it's like one of those things that it's created by media and fans, and there's zero truth to it. It's amazing. There's zero truth to it. Okay. And so the Chark one I had never asked until this week. And then I was like, wow. The response was like, okay, dude, I'm sorry to insult you. It's like kind of one of those things like, whoa, you guys really don't like him. So they weren't fans of his. I was like, wow, I'm a big fan. I go, wow, I don't know what I'm missing, but they weren't big fans of his. How about that?
Yeah. Good on you for actually checking in on that. And I think some of the probably hubbub for Risner comes from the Butch Berry connection. But remember that 1 year that Berry was in Denver, 2022, just not a good year for him as far as connections made in that building and sort of the reputation there with the guys there. Remember, there was all this about his styles, which has been proven wrong now once he got here.
Well, I'm starting. Listen, Denver hasn't fixed shit. So
right.
A mess for years there. And by the way, when he worked at the U, they were a mess also.
Yeah.
And so he comes here, and it's what I said about Tua the first 2 years. When people were picking on Tua, I'm like, yo, dude, he has no coaching. He has no offensive coordinator. He has no offensive line coach. He doesn't have any weapons his first year. What do you want him to do? He's still winning more than he's losing. He's still throwing more touchdowns. Wait till he gets it. I said the same thing with Austin Jackson. Pepe Le Pew It's not a coach, bro. That's not the guy. And now he's like number 4 learning. He's like a level above an intern now. And that guy was coaching, and now Austin Jackson gets real coaching in just 1 year.
Oh, Lem Jean-Pierre you're talking about. I had to pick up on that for a second.
Oh, yeah, that's Pepe Le Pew. Let me take you to the cash bar, baby. Yes. Le Pew is, Lempier is Le Pew. And so Austin Jackson wasn't coached the first couple of years because he had no coach. And then his first year with these guys, he had the high ankle sprain the whole year. The guy's been coached 1 year, and in 1 year, he got himself a contract extension because he played so damn well. I expect Eckler to also improve too because he was injured also the year before and last year. If he stays healthy, then I think he's going to end up playing really, really well also. Environment helps. And I'm starting to think that Butch Berry was in a shitty environment in Denver. I know for a fact the environment at the U at that time was shitty.
Yeah.
So, and now he comes here and he works well with these guys and works wonders with the O-line. I'm going to give Butch Berry over Denver and the U the benefit of the doubt, bro.
Yeah, and that's one of the better moves that we've seen from Mike McDaniel. He's made a lot of good personnel moves. I know that was always the thing you would knock Brian Flores on, is that he couldn't build a staff. But building a staff is the thing that Mike McDaniel does very well. And he showed a lot of conviction to trust Butch Berry despite everything else that was out there. And I remember I actually asked. It was because we were talking about it last season, and then at one point I brought it up with the job that Butch Berry had done with all the rotating lines and backups coming into play, starter snaps, and at different positions, 12 different lines all season, and how he maintained some level of consistency for that line of competency for the offensive line. And I asked Mike McDaniel at one point, it was really strong on him to have that conviction, even though everything else from the outside could have told him, boy, it'd be safe if you just pick someone else because everyone's going to criticize you in the moment for going with this guy. But he knew him from a stop in San Francisco, and he was right that he would be the right guy for the job. And the environment that the Dolphins have has definitely helped in that regard, and with young linemen. So, hey, maybe Liam Eichenberg can take another step like we did see a little bit when he did have his chances last year, same as Austin Jackson, same as Tua when that started to turn well for him. So the environment plays a huge role in all aspects of things.
Dude, Keon, in the little snaps he played well. So that's why, and that's why the Patrick Paul thing, I've mentioned to people, if you listen to Armstead this offseason, I think it was with Rich Eisen or some, he said to him, midway through this past year, it finally clicked what we had to do on the offensive line. Because, this offensive line requires you to be in certain places and leave, other responsibilities to go somewhere else. And you have to trust the system that somebody else will pick up that. And now I've gotten it, and that's a veteran. So that's why I'm saying you got to be a little bit more patient with young linemen because they're learning a new system. And if Teron Armstead, it took him over a year to kind of really get in a groove of understanding, you got to also feel for these other guys and say, okay, there's a learning curve here. And once that learning curve is crossed, then the light really goes on. And that's why I think also we're really lucky that this is the third year of the system now.
Yeah.
So guys are going to really start flourishing here because they're going to be really comfortable and they're not going to have to think a lot.
Yeah, one thing I've heard that from Mike McDaniel himself, even talking to him off camera is not the whole press conference setting that everyone can stream, is how important to him that second year for an offensive lineman is in a system, that there's a huge step, a huge learning curve going into that second season that takes place, which is why he had the confidence in Austin Jackson that offseason to not go and sign a tackle to a lucrative deal and trust Austin Jackson, trust what they already had internally. Same with Liam Eichenberg and believing in him. So even if Teron Armstead is saying it as a more than 10 years, a double-digit year veteran in the league, who had 3 Pro Bowls coming in, earned another 2 since he's been here, so 5-time Pro Bowler, maybe going into his last season. He's in his 30s and a veteran that has seen it, I don't know if all, but a lot of things. If it takes him a learning curve, then it's going to take young guys a learning curve, and it's a good situation. Second-round pick Patrick Paul comes into where there isn't immediate pressure. You're not expected to, okay, we need an immediate starter to slide in at left tackle. Now, Teron Armstead is liable to miss some games, but you also even have Kendall Lamb behind him. So it's a low-pressure situation for Patrick Paul. So I really like how he could just learn. And then, hey, yeah, he is 2 injuries away from having to step in. And then maybe you do get some production out of him immediately, but no pressure right now. And then you put him in a good spot going into year 2, starting next season, starting into 2025.
Dude, he gets a year of learning, and then next year he'll be much more comfortable in the system. The thing that people don't understand, because the people are, well, he's not going to be much of a factor this year. Well, he has to learn a complicated system. This way, when Teron and Lamb leave, he's been a year in the system. Maybe he gets playing time, maybe he doesn't, whatever. But then the following year, he comes back in a system that he knows, and he can start to flourish in it right away. If you throw a rookie in there to fill in that you just drafted next offseason, man, it just becomes that much harder. So you've got to have some foresight here. And you're hoping, that's what Noah was. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but he was the guy that should have taken over for Byron Jones. Just like Cam Smith has to be the guy that takes over for X. These guys are drafted a year ahead of time so they can kind of get ready to then be able to take over. And as a general manager, everything can't be about the now. You sometimes have to plan for the future. And when we talk about corners, we talk about tackles, we talk about pass rushers, things like that, he's going to have to plan ahead for those kind of things, because those are very important positions. And you notice he's trying to plan ahead for some of these things, and hopefully some of them work, and some, of course, will not.
Yeah. And Chris Greer has mentioned as much where he said, yeah, you draft not only looking at this upcoming year's roster, but the following year. So you do have all those contingency plans in place. And they're not even ones to really go by need. They are not going to go by need. It's best player available approach. They target the guy that they want, like they did with Chop Robinson in the first round. And then now, obviously, they wouldn't go completely reach to – if a best player available was available at a position where you really do not need someone, like they weren't looking at first-round quarterbacks. Chris Greer eliminated that even before the draft, obviously. But yeah, it does serve you well to then go ahead and give yourself that plan, especially at a position. If knowing what we know about Mike McDaniel's beliefs of the benefits of a second year for an offensive lineman in the same system, then, yeah, you need to draft him a year ahead of time, not when you need him to start.
Yep, I'm with you there. All right. Have you heard anything else? Because we are just a little over a month away from them getting their money. So anything on the Tua front? Because I'm sure it's going to be done sometime in June.
Yeah, you think June? I mean, I think it could be anytime June or July.
Yeah,
leading up to right anytime in the summer. So I wouldn't
I
say
think they get it out of the way before training camp. I really do. I don't think they want that. I don't think they want to deal with all you guys asking every day in training camp, because that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen in training camp. So I have a feeling, since everything has been so amicable, that I think they'll get it done before training camp, have the separate press conference, get it over with, and then that way they could just move on and turn the page and talk football instead of talking finances.
Yeah, that would be the ideal scenario, I think, for the Dolphins. We know since we started bringing this up, leading into when we were at the Combine, and that's early off season, so you still haven't even had, you're fresh off the Super Bowl a couple weeks earlier, so off season just getting started at that point. And at that point, it was, well, these things take time. There's a lot of small details that have to be worked out. I think over time, a lot of those little things get put into place, and then once you get into June, July, now you start sort of giving yourselves these hard deadlines. Like, all right, we really do want to get this done though before training camp begins. So I would see any time in this summer as being a viable point in time where it could happen. And first and foremost, right now, I think in the Dolphins building, it's all right. They're celebrating that they have F1 Miami this weekend coming in. So I think that's just a big deal around the building. So maybe some time to even Mike McDaniel this week was courtside at a Heat game. We know in the past, sort of this time of year is sort of like him and Chris Greer. We're seeing at Heat games. Players are going to Panthers games.
By the way, you're into the Max Verstappen race?
Yeah, exactly. So
really, Jesus Christ. I mean, talk about a sport with zero drama in it.
Oh yeah, right.
Zero suspense, zero it's like a Heat regular season game. Blah, nothing. There's
no stopping Verstappen.
Yeah, I mean, really, seriously, what a joke. Will Verstappen's engine break today? I mean, that's the only suspense. What a boring ass sport. I mean, it must be fun to just go and people watch and all that kind of crap and go check. The track is amazing, the work they do. Yes. But the sport itself, pure garbage, bro.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are into it globally, so
they can be, bro.
Yeah, right.
Follow a cult because that's what it is. I mean, where's the skill in that sport, dude? Like, there's nothing to it. It's the same dude winning every single race. This is like watching Andy Reid in kick, punt, pass. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. When he was a kid, right?
Yeah, he's 12. He's like 6'3", and they're all like 5.
Video, yeah.
10 or something. He's like 3 times their size. You know, this is like watching Shaq probably in junior high. Just like, you know, and then everybody's like, you know, scratching his tits or something because they can't reach anywhere else. You know, I mean, give me a break, dude. Like this is one sport that it's like a scam. Everybody pays to go see the same guy win. What are we doing here? I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't endorse this. It just, you know, I get it. Dolphins and Tom Garfinkel don't want to hear this, but I'm sorry, dude. I'm not impressed. Just not impressed.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're used to driving in Miami, so you expect us to be impressed. I want to see these guys make it through rush hour on the Palmetto. That's what would impress me.
I'd rather watch a race in Homestead any day of the week. That's a real race. I don't know who's going to win. There's actually like changings of the guard, the lead, and all that kind of stuff. Here, it's like in this story, the Tampa Bay Lightning will always win, and the Panthers will never win. That's not how the race is supposed to go. Where others are supposed to have a chance, and it's weird, bro.
Yeah,
weird.
Too much on.
Are you too much on tickets? Did you get any free tickets to go? Because I know you didn't buy any. That's for sure.
Well, I'm attending Saturday just to get grounds pass. Check it out. I have some friends already going, so I'll be joining them. So check out the environment. A couple of years ago, I went on the Friday as well, just to get a feel for the environment. So I'll tell you, those cars they zoom by pretty fast. But also then, like once you see one, then you've kind of seen it all. To me, so it's
whatever, bro.
Yeah. I struggle to identify who it even is when they're driving by. I'm like, I mean, it was just a blur that passed by. But
I can tell you this: I hate to do the old man card. It was a hell of a lot more fun down in Miami and downtown because in those races, that was actually Grand Prix and that was Indy cars and there were different winners and all that. Plus, I was an extra in a Miami Vice show. So, that helped out also. You'll never find me because I was in a group of people. But yeah, I was an extra. I still have the ticket and everything to be an extra on Miami Vice. So that was actually cool. But, yeah, the people watching and the experience of seeing it one time, I think that's cool. But outside of that, it's just like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, because you go and visit. It really is. It really is. It's people from all over the globe. I mean, you can tell that it's very this international sort of meeting grounds, congregation of fans of this sport. And then, and I was brand new to it when it first started. And not that I've really learned much about it since. If I'm watching ESPN very late night when it's on when it's in Europe or something, and it gets started, then I might like check it out a little bit, and then all right, I got to call this a night. But it is really cool that the Dolphins have put on events like this, that they've turned what is just the Dolphins, a football team, into what Stephen Ross has in the Dolphins Hard Rock Stadium, F1 Miami, plus Miami Open, the concerts that they have there. They put on Dolphins Challenge Cancer. So, I mean, a lot that Miami Dolphins is far more a football team.
Yeah, the property is amazing. You're talking about Rolling Thunder, Jazz in the Gardens. They have some amazing concerts there to go with the tennis and all that. But, dude, they have a gondola. I mean, are you kidding me, bro? That's like ridiculous. So, no, I get it. The whole thing is he's got a hospital on the damn property. I mean, it's just what he's done and what Garfinkel's done. It is truly amazing. Truly amazing.
Yeah, what other NFL franchises are doing that? That's why everything together, the conglomerate, that's why you had that report of someone's willing to offer $10 billion, and Steve Ross is still like, not selling right now.
I talked about it yesterday. I'm glad he said that because I might be in the minority or whatever. I love the direction they're going in. I finally, after killing them for 20 plus years, I really believe the direction they're going in. They've had terrible luck the last 2 years at the end with injuries. If they can see, that's where the people that say, oh, the Dolphins took a step back this offseason. Really? What if they're healthy at the end of this year? Wouldn't they be better than the last 2 years? Even without Wilkins, wouldn't they be better if they're all healthy? If your offensive line is healthy, if Fuller is there instead of a broken down X, if Holland has actually both knees healthy, if you have your linebackers there, and Brooks, I think, is better than Baker as it is. So if the team is healthy, they're not better than they were last year? Of course they are, dude. They took a step back the last 2 years because a third of their team or half their team was injured. For Christ's sake, they didn't even have their quarterback 2 years ago in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Besides all the other injuries that they had. It's just, I think sometimes people get a little ridiculous with all of this. What they really need is health at the end of the year. Because you've got a team that at the end of the year, bro, it's a mash unit that is not playing.
Yeah. Well, I think both things can be true, that the roster at its face value is a slight net loss from where it was if you had everyone healthy. But in the NFL, that's just not reality. So it becomes, what will this team be at the end of the year? And that's ultimately how everyone's going to judge, is if they finally get this first playoff win since 2000 and take a step further as far as advancing deeper and competing in the postseason. Which you need health at the end of the year to be able to do that. Even if the roster in July is slightly worse than what you would call it if you're just looking at it on paper.
On paper, it's better in July than it was. Well, this year won't be because Phillips and Chubb are injured.
Yeah.
Still. But if Phillips and Chubb are healthy, if everybody's healthy, I don't know how you say they're worse. If everybody's healthy, they're a better team this year than they were the last 2 years.
And what I mean by July is the hypothetical roster of, here's where we lay out the depth chart. Here's all the names that you have, assuming health. Not necessarily like, okay, yeah, in July.
How many injuries did Kansas City have? Going into the Super Bowl and into the playoffs, how many major injuries did Kansas City have?
Oh, I think they maybe had one on the injury report or something like that. It was something stupid. It was like,
by the way, that's most of these teams that get deep into it. They happen to have a little luck. I remember one year that Atlanta got there, they didn't have I think none of their linemen missed a snap or something stupid. It's just shit goes your way when you go deep because you're healthy, and that's all I'm saying. And don't tell me that the team took a step back, because if you're honest, you have to say, well, how healthy were they at the end of the year? Because both can't be true. What really affected you was all the injuries at the end of the year. We can't go Spo. Oh, we have enough. No, you don't have enough, bro. You don't have enough. Holland's playing with 2 injured knees. X is a nothing, a shadow of what he was. All 3 of your linebackers came in with AARP cards. Okay? 2/3 of your offensive line was mincemeat. Your center was, the backup center was playing with a leg injury for the last couple of weeks. I mean, it was a joke what was going on, the amount of injuries that they had on that team. And to, how are you going to say that they're not going to be better if they're not healthy? If they get a couple of breaks like regular playoff teams that get deep into the playoffs, I like the Dolphins' chances.
Yeah. And if things really do even out over time, then the Dolphins, I think, have a lot of good karma in place for them because they have had all those injuries the last couple of years. They're due to finally just be healthy at the end of the year and have one of those seasons of like those teams that were able to make those deep runs.
Yes, definitely need that. All right, what do you got going on in the Sentinel so folks can check you out?
Easy weekend today, taking it easy unless there's some news. And then get right back to it. Monday, we have Dolphins Deep Dive with Chris Perkins, so I'll be on that as well.
All right, good stuff. Follow him on Twitter at David Furones _. David, as always, thank you, my brother. Have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
Got it. There you go, David Furones. Call my guys, Welton Rayom. I will be with Daniel Rayom tomorrow on that stunt plane. You will see the video, by the way. You'll catch the video. We're going to post it on social media, maybe even get me throwing up all over the place. I might look like the Exorcist in that plane. All over the place. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Call my guys, Jeff Welter, Daniel Rayom. If you think you have a case and you're not sure, the consultation's free. It doesn't hurt to pick up the phone and call 954-966-4646. They're in Hollywood, but you can call them from anywhere in the state, and they will take care of you. 954-966-4646 for Welt and Rayom.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Welton Rayom can help. All right, let's get ready for Manny Navarro and hour number 2 next.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
When you move... When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding. With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Somalia. And on May the 4th, I'll be in Immokalee at the Seminole Casino Hotel with the legendary Inner Circle. See? We see you there. Rastafari love. And I'm jamming with you, jamming, yeah. And I'm jamming with you,
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
I can have an orgasm just driving down I-95. Ow!
I did find it, by the way.
No more sucking, please.
We found it.
No more sucking, please. No more sucking, please.
I'm just saying, you know.
Yes.
Hi there, boys and girls. Today, we've got a very extra special friend stopping by.
Boy, does he have a lot of chutzpah.
I can't do the bagpipes right now because that would not be good. Okay, this would not be good. You know. Anyway.
Maybe it's the diarrhea. I was in the bathroom most of the warm-ups.
These things happen. Could be the diarrhea. Not exactly sure. Okay.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
It's maybe his fault. Not exactly sure. That's what it's all about. All right. What do we have here? For the 123rd time, injuries and McDaniel not being leader, getting out coached, forcing plays, not having plays in on time, being one-dimensional and stubborn is what cost us the last 2 years. Amen? Amen? Christian Wilkins can't get off the line of scrimmage against good teams. He's good against the run. He's just not a pass rusher. That's a little overrated. That's all. And the Raiders will find out that they overpaid, but it is what it is. They were desperate. They had to make a splash. So X hasn't had any interest from any teams as far as I know. Do you think it's possible he would sign with a team-friendly deal and be a Dolphin again? I doubt he's going to sign a minimum deal here. He'll go somewhere else. I think it's time to move on from X. You got to let it go already. You know, it's like the silliness of Jarvis Landry. Like, you got to let it go, bro. Like, the time came and it went. That's it. You have to stop with all of that.
I want to kiss you.
You have to. And then you sound, you know, like Joe Namath chasing Susie Colbert around. Don't do that, bro. Okay?
I want to kiss you.
Tyler was the 6th man of the year and just turned 24. He's 100% tradable. Well, because of the salary, they're not going to give you much for him. So in order for you to unload him, you may have to give up a draft pick as a sweetener. Okay? Tradable what? Like 2 second-rounders? Like a first-rounder in 2038? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not convinced of that. You know, nobody wanted him last year, dude. He was out there. Nobody wanted him. He needs to come back and really build it up to help himself or the Heat to try to be tradable. It's just like I saw where what's it called? Wendy said that that the 76ers, which is like the obvious spot to talk about, which you would think it's the Knicks, but now with the success they're having without Butler, they're not going to add him now. So he says the 76ers for Butler, none of their vets are under contract. Embiid and Paul Reed are the only ones that they could trade 3 first-rounders and 3 pick swaps. And to me, I mean, I hope they're that stupid. Seriously, I hope that the Sixers are that stupid because he's a guy that cannot play in the regular season. And if he tells you, no, I'm going to try in the regular season and in the postseason, he's lying to you because his body, son, your body's writing checks. What is it? Your body's writing checks. Your what is it? No, you're writing checks your body can't cash. The whole Top Gun thing, right? So I got a problem with that, dude. You know, I have a hard time believing you're going to be that stupid. Now, sometimes people are that stupid. So I got to hope that that is what's going to end up happening because outside of the Philly thing, I don't know who else is going to do it. You know? So that's where I kind of have a hard time believing that people are just going to bend over backwards and trade for a guy that cannot help you in the regular season.
Son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
That's exactly it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Okay? I mean, if whoever trades for Jimmy Butler and you see how broken he is, I'm thinking you maybe, I don't know, you were into some things that now you're picking up again as a bad habit.
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
You know, that's I think that might be happening to you at that point. You're trying to quit them and somehow it's not working, you know? So I don't know.
It's like I took the wrong week to quit drinking.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like that's kind of what I'm expecting from somebody that trades for Jimmy Butler's contract. That's exactly what I'm expecting. So I don't know what can I tell you. Let's see. I like Jovic next to Bam. So do I. I like Jovic. I would develop Jovic, keep Bam, and develop Jaime, and then try to unload Jimmy. If not, get through the next 2 years. You could probably trade him in his final year because he'll be an expiring contract. And I don't care if he becomes bitter. Bro, he's already a pain in the ass. He doesn't play for – that guy took the 3rd game of the season off. The 3rd game of the season. You think culture's not broken? The 3rd game of the season. The guy took off. So
Shayna, they bought their tickets. They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash.
That's what's going on with Heat culture. It's crashed. Let's see. What else do we have? The Raiders are the new favorites to win the Super Bowl because they paid Wilkins $20 million a year. All right, Jamesville. Good stuff. Gordon says staying with Jimmy is like picking the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. Do I have that one? Let me see. I don't know if I have that one. I have the other two. Did I not record the sniffing glue one? Can't believe I got alcohol, I got amphetamines, and I didn't get glue?
I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Come on, I'm better than that.
I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Come on, we gotta have that one, man. You know?
Oh, good. He said that he's in great pain and he wants to know if you can help him.
All right. Would you tell him to just relax and I'll be back as soon as I can with some medicine?
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
What it is, big mama? My mama raised no dummies. I duck a rap.
Cut me some slack, Jack.
Say cutting
Chump don't want to help. Chump don't get the help.
Say can't hang. Say 7-Up.
Jive ass dude don't got no brains in him.
Can you do that movie nowadays? I don't think so, right? I don't think you could do that movie nowadays. That movie just, it just won't fly. Can I say it that way? That's all. I mean, we got to be honest, right? I just, it's like Blazing Saddles. You can't do that movie nowadays. These little tight asses will get all bothered.
Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
That's the stuff you can't do nowadays. Got to stay away from that there, Sean. Okay? Stay away. I'm just telling you. Okay?
Hey, I want to tell you something, okay? And I want to leave a message for you right now, because again, it's 10:30 here in New York on a Wednesday, and once again, I've made an ass of myself trying to get to a phone to call you at a specific time. When the time comes for me to make the phone call, I stop whatever I'm doing, and I go when I make that phone call. At 11 o'clock in the morning in New York, and if you don't pick up the phone, at 10 o'clock at night, and you don't even have that goddamn phone turned on. I want you to know something, okay? I'm tired of playing this game with you. I'm leaving this message with you to tell you, you have insulted me for the last time. You have insulted me. You don't have the brains or the decency as a human being. I don't give a damn that you're 12 years old or 11 years old, or that you're a child, or that your mother is a thoughtless pain in the ass who doesn't care about what you do as far as I'm concerned. You have humiliated me for the last time with this phone. And when I come out there next week, I'm going to fly out there for the day just to straighten you out on this issue. I'm going to let you know just how disappointed in you I am and how angry I am with you that you've done this to me again. You've made me feel like shit, and you've made me feel like a fool over and over and over again. And this crap you pull on me with this goddamn phone situation that you would never dream of doing to your mother, and you do it to me constantly and over again. I am going to get on a plane, and I'm going to come out there for the day, and I'm going to straighten your ass out when I see you. Do you understand me? I'm going to really make sure you get it. Then I'm going to get on a plane, I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to come home. So you better be ready Friday, the 20th, to meet with me. So I'm going to let you know just how I feel about what a rude little pig you really are. You are a rude, thoughtless little pig, okay?
Alec Baldwin, Father of the Year. So make sure you all, what I have in my library, I mean, it's endless, the stuff I have. I could just go on forever and play all kinds of drops and all kinds of stuff that I have here. So listen, if you need some inspiration on how to handle things with your kid, the Alec Baldwin School of Fatherhood is a perfect place. He knows how to shoot it down. Anyway, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Alan Blanco and the great people at 3A Graphics. If your company, listen, man, maybe you're looking for uniforms, shirts, hats, whatever it is out there, man, they can help you out. Please call my guy, Alan Blanco. They're in Hialeah. You can handle anywhere out in South Florida. Call them. Great people. Support the people that support us. 786-618 14-43. The Marlins, man, they swept the Rockies. They won their third game yesterday. You get another Whopper Jr. today, 5-4 in 10 innings. Jesus Sanchez with 2 RBIs. Yes. Luis Arise, 2 of 5. 2 runs scored. So that's good. Tonight, they start a set with the A's in Oakland. Last year, they'll be in Oakland. Ryan Weathers taking on J.P. Sears, 9:40 first pitch. And Maple Leafs, they beat Boston yesterday 2-1 to tie the series tree. Tomorrow is Game 7 at TD Garden. And Panther fans, we are hoping for overtime after overtime after overtime. And I'm sorry, Alec Baldwin, I'm sorry. They don't have shootouts here. Okay, we move on. InterMiami on Saturday. They take on the New York Red Bull. They will host them at Chase Field, okay? Messi could take a shootout there. Maybe Baldwin will be there. So we'll see. They're in first place, by the way, in the conference with 21 points. Red Bulls are in third place with 17. So this is a key matchup. You want to keep them down, okay? Kind of like Baldwin does to his daughter. You want to kind of keep them down. Side note, Jakeem Grant. He has been, invited to Eagles rookie camp. Former Miami Dolphin returner. Okay? So there you go. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar.
Oh?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm a straight shooter. Well, so is Alec Baldwin. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. What do you got for me?
I believe the Bills have signed Chase Claypool to a 1-year deal, too, just so you know. I don't know if you saw that or if it happened this morning, so just so you know.
Okay. No problem.
Just in case you thought he was going to be a big plan of the Dolphins this season.
Okay. Well, no, I did not. So the Bills got Chase Claypool. Okay. All right. That's actually not a bad thing for an accurate quarterback. Give him a guy with more range. So that's actually a good move for the Bills. And they'll probably actually use him, unlike Mike McDaniel. You know? All right. I talked to Manny. Manny will join us at 11:30 here at the bottom of the hour. We'll get Manny on and we'll talk a little Canes football and we'll touch base with him. Let's see. I saw a clip on the director's interview where the actors who played the Jive guys were talking about their character. They were speaking the Queen's English and the subtitles were in Jive. That's funny. That's funny. Damn, LOL, don't become a father. Yeah, I know, right? Big O, that's what I call nurturing and caring, isn't it? He definitely knows how to shoot. He does. He does. I have Blazing Saddles DVD, one of the best purchases I've made. Well, I mean, there's nothing like Blazing Saddles, bro. It's just they're the Blazing Saddles. And for you youngins out there, if you haven't watched Blazing Saddles, I don't know what you're waiting for, because that is, unless you don't have a sense of humor and you're a little too touchy, then maybe you won't be able to handle it. But that is one classic, dude. That is just that's one where you just continually laugh all the damn time, because it's just funny, Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And you can make a Bitcoin donation, which, by the way, right now, Bitcoin 61.5 right now. So after hitting 62, it's gone in that window of 61.5 and 62 right now after being down in the 50s, in the high 50s. Yes.
It looks like Odell has signed with the Dolphins.
All right.
This is from Ian Rappaport.
Okay.
A 1-year deal worth up to 8.25. He took less than was offered elsewhere, but wanted the fit.
Oh, they all take less. They want you to know that. They all take less to come here. Okay. All right. So.
And also, thank you for the chat. I saw it there, and then everybody started throwing it out there. So I went and confirmed. So thank you, guys.
So Odell, 1 year, worth up to 8.25. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Okay. I had to do some. We'll see. We'll see if I can add something to it. Okay. All right. So worth up to 8.25. The real question is, what is the deal really worth? How much is the real salary overall, for Odell? So 8 worth sources, right? Yeah. Odell did a 1 year deal worth up 8.25. So say he took less, was offered elsewhere, but wanted to fit. Yeah. Okay. So I'm interested. I bet you it's like 5, maybe 6. And then the rest are incentives that it could be worth, that much. But it's not worth that much. Yeah, it's definitely low-hanging fruit. I told you guys that they're not going to. I tried to explain that last year. Remember with the Dalvin Cook and the Jonathan Taylor thing? They weren't going to be paying heavy prices one way or another. If you wanted to trade for Jonathan Taylor, you're going to have to take some salary from them. Some big name you were going to have to take. They were going to have to unload. What's the name of the pass rusher that was here that they just let him go? That he got the contract but then got injured, and then they changed the scheme. Agba, Wilkins, X, like they would have unloaded something back to you. You would have to take that in order to bring Jonathan Taylor here. They weren't going to just give Taylor a $10 or $12 million deal and then all of a sudden just add it to what you had. No. You had to unload salary on them. And that's where Indy wasn't going to do that, and that's what I tried to tell people. And then on the Cook thing, I told you from the get-go, they weren't going to overpay they weren't going to trade for Cook at all. That was pure lies by anybody that put that out there. And then they weren't going to overpay. And the same thing here, they're not going to overpay. They have their receivers. And again, he's an outside guy. Everything. Remember what I told you? Everything they drafted, everything they signed, it was all inside. They have 5 slot guys. They are convinced they're going to fix their slot guy. They've got a bunch of guys, and something's going to give. And then Odell already made the team. If he's healthy, he'll make the team because Waddle can go inside, and you can keep Odell and Tyreek outside. Or sometimes you can put Tyreek inside if you put him in motion and leave Waddle and Odell outside. You can do it the other way too. You know what I mean? The real question is, what's his real salary? Because obviously it's going to be hard for him to get to the 8 unless, hopefully he does. That means maybe they accomplished a lot and hopefully team goals. Anthony Campos, Alien 45-year anniversary is out in theaters. What a movie. If you haven't seen it, still holds up to this day. It looks still amazing. Way better than half the movies that came out. Yes, Alien was amazing. And Sigourney Weaver, amazing. Okay? The acting, the scene that you're like, Sigourney Weaver. Wow, that was the moment. It was like watching Cheers. And what's her name from Cheers? Damn it. Not the one that just passed away, the original. That she was like super conservative and all that. What's her name, bro? Come on, help me out. Sigourney Weaver is just like her in this sense. Diane, what is it? Diane what? You're right. It is Diane. Her name was Diane, but what was her real name? Shelley Long. Thank you. So Shelley Long was Miss Conservative all the way up to here all the time. You know, Sigourney Weaver was Mrs. Classy, this, that. Alien comes out. She comes out in those little underwears, and you're like, Sigourney Weaver. Whoa. Tip my hat. Wow. You know, you're like, damn, woman's got a body, right? Same thing. Shelley Long, Night Shift. She plays a prostitute in that one. And she does the whole stove scene and all that. And she's in her little, and you're like, Shelley Long, you were so covered up. So just going off anybody that, you know, kind of knows that. Am I wrong? Okay. All right, let's do it. Caneswear with our Miami Hurricanes report and the one and only Manny Navarro.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your InterMiamiCF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where InterMiami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Caneswear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro. Exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
So, do you remember Aliens?
The movie Aliens?
Yeah.
Of course. Sigourney Weaver?
There you go. Of course. So Sigourney Weaver, up until that point, you saw her Miss Conservative, all covered up, and then she had the underwear scene, right? And you're like, Sigourney, oh, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're right. It changed the whole outlook on her.
On her, right? Okay. So I just explained it to her. Did you ever see the movie Night Shift?
Oh, who's in that one again?
Henry Winkler. Working at the morgue with
I think I did. Oh, but I can't remember like the details.
The Beetlejuice guy.
Yes.
But what's
Michael
his name?
Keaton.
Michael Keaton. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember the movie. I just don't remember the details of all of it. But yes.
There's Shelley Long in that movie.
Yes, Shelley Long. I know who she is. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Awesome. But you know, see, is this Sigourney Weaver like? Because you will see her in Cheers like covered up to here, right?
right. I got you.
There was that oven scene where she's in her underwear, and you're like, Shelley Long.
Yes.
I never knew. Now you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
All right. Because some guy brought up Alien, and I just made that immediate correlation. I said, yep, I remember Alien because it was a great movie. And then it was also making Sigourney Weaver all of a sudden a sex symbol that she never was. And Shelley Long was never a sex symbol until you saw Night Shift and you said, Shelley Long. Wow. You know, that's, you know,
right.
Kind of, all right. So I just want to make sure you're kind of that age. So I was wondering if you thought of the same thing. Overall,
are you trying to make the comparison that the Canes are getting sexier? Oh, is that what you're trying to get to?
Not until I watch Mario on the Field Coach.
All right, exactly.
Yeah. Until I need it. Mario needs to make me look at the team sexy because I need to see that he's a difference maker, you know, overall. And I know he's a difference maker as a recruiter, as a human being, as a father-like figure. I know he's exceptional in all those areas. When they get sexy is when I see him on the sidelines,
Right.
coaching this thing up the right way and being aggressive and things and doing the right things in the right moments and shit. Then I'll start to feel good because I love everything else about Mario. I really do. But I am worried about him on a game day basis. I was always worried about the conservative. But then when I'm watching him every day, the decisions also, and then the whole kneeling thing. Oh my God, bro. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That didn't help him at all.
No, that just took it over the top. That's what's gonna, and I'm pretty consistent. I think Mike McDaniel's a mess too on game days.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs a shitload of growing up also on game days too. So I'm pretty consistent about that because you see it with Spo, and I've watched it with Larinaga, and I watch it with Shula, and bro, I know what a great coach looks like. I know what the guy looks like that can maximize what you never thought he could maximize. And that's what I've seen from those guys I just mentioned. I've never seen that from a Mike McDaniel yet, or even a Mario Cristobal. I haven't seen that. Although there was, maybe I could say some of it maybe at FIU a little bit, I guess, because he did get to 2 bowl games. So
right.
In that place, that's kind of overachieving.
Absolutely. How many other conference championships or bowl games has FIU gone to?
I don't know, not too many, but that I'll say maybe was the last time that Mario Cristobal overachieved.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of need to see. That's what I need to see. That's how I know you're a great coach. When you do the shit I can't expect you to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do we got here? Hold on a second. It says the post has been deleted. What did you send me? What was it before it got deleted?
Hold on a minute. Let me see if I took a Snapchat. All right, it said what I sent you said Barry Jackson sent out base is $3 million per source. Incentives of 5.25 million. Dolphins came up in incentive money to strike deal. Good compromise.
That makes sense.
But I don't know why he deleted it that quickly, so I don't know if it's all necessarily so.
My guess is, as a reporter, the agent probably didn't want that out yet.
Or he got corrected by the team.
Right.
Something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
One of the two, because either he got the figure wrong,
right,
or Barry's not going to put it out if the agent didn't want it. It's going to be hard. I see it very hard.
You can always get those phone calls back where the agent calls back and says, please don't put it out yet.
Yeah, you're right.
I've been there many times.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, I've seen that too. I've experienced that, like where they call back, hey, you know what, bro?
Not yet.
Off on that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm holding off on a bomb till next March. It's like, it's terrible, bro. I got to sit on a bomb till next March. Oof. I mean, like a bomb, like it would wipe out me like a bomb, and got to sit.
Not fun. Not a fun feeling.
No. The last time I had one was the whole Jordan Love thing, and Omar figured it out because I kept telling everybody, no, he never wanted Tua. Go ahead, go find out. He wanted somebody else in the draft, and it took months, but Omar then finally was the one that, because I could not say anything until he got fired.
Right.
So, it's kind of the same thing. I got to hold off, unfortunately. So it's just, and you know how it is. Sometimes you have a nugget that you'll never be able to use.
A lot of times, though. A lot of times.
Yeah, a lot of times. And then, like I had a nugget that I shared here a couple years back on Ryan Tannehill. And one of the reasons why I knew Ryan Tannehill was not a good pick for the Dolphins at number 8, Jeff Ireland hired a scout on the side that did not work for the organization to go scout Ryan Tannehill. So that year, I knew they liked Ryan Tannehill. I couldn't say anything because the scout he hired was my friend.
Right. You would have outed him. He would have been the only source, and everybody would have known.
Yeah, he was at that time. He was one of the guys that I would hang out with all the time on the road.
Yeah.
And when he would come to town, he would call me and I would take him out. We go somewhere because, you know, sometimes when scouts come to town, they'll call me and we'll go hang out. We'll go somewhere, eat, we'll go drink or something. And so, he and I would hang out all the time. And he goes, "Hey, man, guess who hired me?" And I go, "Who?" And he goes, "Your boy, Jeff Ireland." I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I need to scout a player, Ryan Tannehill of Texas A&M." So at that point, I already knew that they wanted him or they were interested in him.
Oh, absolutely.
And I couldn't say shit. And so then he gives him the draft grade, 2nd round.
And they still took him
at number 8 overall.
Yeah.
And so he's one of the guys that would give me like great info on players and
well, that's, you know, you bring up an interesting point. That I don't think the public really understands with scouting. Scouts are rarely trusted by front office people. Even if they're told, even if that person does all the investigative work, it still comes down to the front office person saying, "This is what I feel." Even though I didn't see this guy the way you did, I'm still gonna. It's incredible, but
ego
is an MFer, bro.
You know, it's because I tell people all the time. People tell me, "Well, Chris Greer's been there forever." Yeah, you asshole. Because all his reports are on hard drives.
Mm-hmm.
And so obviously he must have been putting good reports. They just weren't listening to his ass.
Right.
The people above, you know, you were just a scout. You're a regional scout. You're a college, whatever. And then the GM just doesn't take your word for it. But then the next GM comes and he keeps him. And the next GM comes and why do you think they keep him? Because they went back and said, well, who did he like and who he didn't like? And, well, this guy's more right than wrong. Why am I going to fire this guy?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like the assistant coach that you see him that he's worked on 7 teams. He hasn't worked on 7 teams because he's bad. Dude, he's worked on 7 teams because he wasn't the problem in the last 6 stops.
Yep.
They know he's a good coach, but Butch Berry, UM was a disaster when he was there. Denver was a disaster for many years, and now he comes here and he coaches well. Well, then must have been the environment, bro.
Yeah,
must have not been Butch Berry because Butch Berry keeps getting hired. So all I know is when Butch was here at UM, it was a dysfunctional place. Right. When he was at Denver, it was a dysfunctional place. Here, it's not dysfunctional. Here, everybody's on the same page. Oh shit, it worked out. So you know, it's like people don't understand that, and you're right. The scout sometimes is taken for granted, and yet, bro, what do you pay him or her for? I mean, Jesus Christ.
They're your eyes and ears on the ground. They see that person more than anybody else. They give you, you know, they know they have to do a good job. Their job is on the line. They're not going to get hired again unless you can trust their word. So why would they, you know? But hey, man, you know, it's an interesting just that whole facet to me is like the undercovered part of sports. People don't realize like what goes into scouting and decision making and all that.
I had to wait like 10 years until he retired for me to say that story. Because he's retired, so now he don't give
care anymore. Yeah.
He doesn't care anymore. You know, he's retired. So you know, all right, we're good. And so it's just like, but it's funny, dude. Like he goes to me, no, I gave him the report, and I go, so what'd you say? Oh, he's a 2nd-round quarterback. You got it. He's a project.
Yep.
And then I see the draft, and I'm thinking, okay, 2nd round, they're gonna go for him, you know? And bro, it was the 8th pick, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yep.
So I already knew what that report entailed, and I was like, okay, it's done. It is what it is. All right, so what do we got recruiting wise for the Canes?
Well, obviously the transfer portal window for the spring just ended, and you know, we may have a couple more exits, guys that just kind of, you know, are buried on the depth chart that are looking to go somewhere else. Those names at some point may or may not pop in, but they're still looking to add some guys. They hosted Simeon Barrow, who's the defensive tackle from Michigan State. I think Barrow's going to be deciding soon whether Miami, LSU, or Missouri. Tyler Barron, an edge rusher from Tennessee, who played at Tennessee and then transferred to Louisville, got back in the portal. He had an injury, kept him out this spring, shoulder injury, and I guess he's deciding whether or not Miami, Ole Miss, or somebody else. And then I think there's another kid at cornerback that they're looking at, D'Angelo Pounds. Gabby Urrutia reported this one. from 247 Sports, James Madison, kid, cornerback from South Florida, who could potentially be another DB that they add. I said they wanted to add, 2 DBs this offseason. They got 1 so far, so they can add another one. The thing that people need to understand is even though the window's closed, you can still add guys all the way up until August. So as long as their name is in the portal, then they're fine. They're available. So that's what's going to happen.
By the way, I just got it confirmed. $3 million is the base.
Okay. So there you go.
For Odell.
OBJ.
Yeah. It is $3 million. So $5 million is incentives.
Yeah.
$3 million base. That is nothing, dude. That's a Chris Greer special right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Chris. Baltimore paid 16. They're paying 3. All right. So what names are you hearing? Is there any names specifically? Because they got some guys that they were targeting this past go around here.
Yeah. Well, I just mentioned them. Simeon Barrow, Tyler Barron, D'Angelo Pounds are 3 names to watch. Pounds is the cornerback. Barron and Barrow.
Is there one that they're really after? Like, that's what I'm saying.
I think the D tackle. I think Barrow is the guy they really, really want. I think D tackles are hard to get in college football, right? Guys that are starting caliber D tackles, that would be an upgrade over some of the guys that they have. They like who they got in the portal in the January period. They like both the NC State kid and the Middle Tennessee State kid, which is why some other guys have left. So they like what they have, but this is just like adding more sugar on top. This is just making you deeper and better at a position where, man, we've got 4 quality guys at D tackle we really, really like.
All right, good stuff. All right, what else are they working on? What else are you working on?
Well, we just did an ACC mailbag. Me and Grace Rayner and Brendan Marks, who covers North Carolina basketball, Duke, and all the UNC schools. We just did a mailbag talking about looking ahead to the football season and what the offseason has entailed. And we're gonna have another one that comes out Monday that talks a lot about realignment, because everybody's obviously watching what's going on with Florida State and Clemson. They can decide basically by August of this year if they're going to leave after the 2025 season. Legally, there's 5 court cases that are sort of ongoing. I put it on my Twitter timeline yesterday. Chris Vanini, who's one of our national writers, just wrote a big story, kind of encompassing everything you want to know. In case you haven't been keeping up with Clemson and FSU's legal battle, this is like the perfect outline. It's a perfect education. What's going on with that situation? So we're going to have a mailbag where we kind of talk about some of the potential scenarios if Florida State and Clemson sort of work an out of court settlement to get out of the league. The interesting thing with the ACC, ESPN has an option in 2027 that they can basically say, hey, actually this coming February is when they have to make that decision, but they can say, hey, you know what? We're not going to pick up the last 9 years of the contract through 2036. We're just gonna have a TV deal with the ACC through 2027, which then creates a scenario where if Miami is unable to get into the Big Ten or the SEC, where they really are going to be screwed and sort of out of the picture. So I think that's what's going to end up happening. Me personally, I think Florida State and Clemson are going to reach some sort of legal agreement with the ACC to get out, the same way Maryland did before it went to the Big Ten. And then it's going to be on Miami at that point to try to work their way into the Big Ten, in my opinion. I think that's where they have to go to financially keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. So
wow.
We'll see. But it's an interesting, college football used to be about the games and recruiting. It's much more than that these days. So there's so many more discussions just about TV deals and which league you're going to be in, and NIL. It's really become a much more complicated issue than just the games.
It's all about money, bro. All about money. That's all they give a shit about. All right, follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro, and of course catch his work there at The Athletic. Manny, as always, my brother, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
No problem, brother. Good talking to you.
Have a great weekend. There you go, Manny Navarro. Caneswear's got a 2-day sale going on right now. You can save 20 to 50% on all apparel, clothes, headwear, footwear, all teams. Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, Inter, Marlins, Heat. They've got it all for you. 2655 South University Drive in Davie, right next to La Spada. I'm already getting hungry just mentioning the words La Spada. Anyway, caneswear.com. Remember, you can use my code BIG010. You will get 10% off. And if you can't go there personally, you can order online. And if you go over $99, you will get free shipping. So they've got a 2-day sale going on right now. Make sure you take advantage at caneswear.com. And we thank.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. And go see Brett and Jeff and John and all the people out there, man. They do just amazing work. And they ship like right away. Right away. So not talking about OBJ, just getting signed by now. I don't know. What more do you want me to tell you? We've already talked about this. This is a good move. It gives you depth on the outside as a wide receiver because he's not a slot guy. Like I told you, they can now play with it where, let me tell you something. If the Malik Washington kid, turns out to be a player at the slot position, because he looks kind of interesting, but for shits and giggles, let's have some fun that Malik Washington becomes a thing. Come play this game with me here. I can attack you now with a no back set and 4 wide receivers and a tight end if I want to. Or I can put Jonnu Smith on the sideline for a second, and I can have a 1-back set, and I can attack you with 4 different wide receivers or 2 backs if you want to get creative, right? Let me see. Yeah, right, I can get creative. So I can actually put 2 slot guys. I can put Malik and Waddle, Malik and Tyreek, because I can have Tyreek in motion and free him up a little bit more. And then on the outsides, I can have Odell and Waddle, or Odell and Tyreek, if vice versa. I can create a lot of mismatches and get a lot of quick twitch guys out there and just get really quick receptions. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you'd like to keep Jonnu Smith in there because it's a bigger target for them, you know? But yeah, it's kind of interesting, man. You know, that's one that, you know, it could fly, where you got a back and the 4 wide receivers and you're off and running. You know what I'm saying? Or the tight end, the 4 wide receivers. Better. It's probably better the back and the 4 wide receivers. You could do shit like that. You know, and then you can rotate the 3 guys and with the tight end and all that in the traditional sense. But you could get really creative if one of the slot guys becomes a thing. Okay? Whether it's Barrios or Malik or whatever. I'm not sure how good the other guys are. We got to wait till we get to the pads. Remember, let's get ahead of ourselves on this one, because, you know, our some of my media brethren, they misinform you every year and they get excited about guys in underwears. Okay? You know, Robbie Chosen and Albert Wilson. Okay? We brought no excitement for either guy for you because we were right. We wait till there's pads on. And then we start to see what they really are. And we don't do the underwear Olympics here over the next couple of mini camps. I just want to warn you, just in case. Okay? I kind of learned my lesson, 30 years ago on the beat. All right? When you don't get excited about Brandon Manning, I think it was, and Charles Jordan or something like that. In the Jimmy years, I did that a couple times where I got excited about a wide receiver in shorts, and I made that terrible mistake. I learned my lesson 30 years ago. Okay? Apparently, some of our media brethren They need to just fill space, and so they try to create excitement where there's no need to be excited about Robbie Chosen or Albert Wilson. Okay, so just warn you ahead of time. Okay, if I go to any of these mini camps, I don't get wowed by mini camp play much. Okay, I just don't. There's no real physicality going on, right? I just want to warn you ahead of time because we got a couple mini camps coming up over the next couple of months, and I've seen this now the last couple of years, and it's kind of a joke. So let's pump the brakes on that kind of stuff. All right. I got to get back to work. Can't keep typing here. I'm on the side of the road. I'm listening, but got to drive. You're a classic True Fin fan. Tony Zag says 8.75 million with incentives. His value was at around the range for a player that made 15 million last year is a good deal. Well, he really wasn't worth 15 million. So the 3 million they're paying him is, yes, sir.
As Alf said in the chat, and I just went back through, apparently Odell Beckham Jr. and Kim Kardashian have reportedly broken up after 7 months of dating. So it's a big day for OBJ. Big day, and a great day for the Dolphins now. No Kardashian.
Wow. Kim Kardashian couldn't maintain a relationship? That's strange. I mean, she creates such a stable environment. One any man would want to be a part of. I'm quite frankly shocked. 7 months. Well, a little longer than the 70 days with the other idiot basketball player, whatever his name was, the Nets player. She's getting better at it. 70 days, 77 months. Yeah, it's a slight improvement. It's funny. She stayed with a crazy man longer. What does that say? Not only you married one, but you actually stayed longer with the insane person than you have with the other guys that probably are a hell of a lot closer to sane. Oh, I get it. Only an insane person could deal with the insanity. Silly me. Okay. Let's see. Big O, buenos dias. Who will get our third and short and fourth and short touches? Abraham, what do you want me to do, bro? Let's find out. I just told you they got 5 slots. They added a tight end, which the tight end's going to get, and they added another running back, which means they want to run that offense with those 3 guys. So the ball, like I talked about the other day, Tyreek Hill is not getting 1,700 yards anymore. He will have a lot less yards. He'll have a good year, of course, but he's not going to have the same kind of year because they're going to spread the ball around. And they didn't make this kind of an investment on the slot to not use it. They didn't make this investment on the tight end to not use it. They didn't make the investment to add the running back to not use it. They're spreading the ball around. Hopefully your third and fourth is a rotation of your slot, your running backs, and your tight ends, my friend. That's a rotation of your third and fourth, where you're getting more Waddle along with Tyreek. That's in a perfect world. That's what I would tell you. Not a permanent third option. This down, it's the running back, the third option. In this down, it's the slot guy. In that down, it's the tight end. That's how I would like to see the third and fourth options in a rotation. So there you go. His contract wasn't enough to keep her. Let's see. I know a blocker, but when they blitz us or double Tyreek and Waddle, we need weapons. Well, that's kind of what they're trying to solve, dude. That's why they brought all those slot guys. Big O, dímelo, mi hermano. OBJ, good pickup. Just heard the news. Rewind. Big O, they are beginning to play with Tua, and they are begging. Oh, they're begging to come play with Tua McDaniel. That worm has turned in new time in Miami. Yeah, it's a great environment here. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if the boys just stay healthy, everything will work out, man. Everything will work out. I promise you. Everything will work out. Let's see, what else do we have to talk about? Oh, by the way, Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines, they've got it going on right now with the Spring into Performance sales event, where you could get 1.9% financing for 36 months. And right now, the 2024 Integra, $299. The RDX 2024 $419, the MDX $489, 1.9% financing for 36 months. Go check it out at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. Finest dealership in the business, baby. They are Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. I mean, Craig Zinn's, all his dealerships, top notch, man. Top notch. Doesn't matter if you go get a Toyota, you go get a Lexus. Oh, I'm telling you. I know, because my daughter just bought a Toyota. So you want a top-notch dealership, Craig Zinn. Craig Zinn knows how to treat people. They do a great job. Where is Bitcoin right now? We still stuck there? 71,768. So it's like working between the 61.5 and 62 window right now. It's kind of been going like that. We'll see if it pops a little bit more today. Once the bull market fully goes, the weekends will be, volatile to the upside. That's when you're in a complete full bull run, because then retail will get into it and all of that. That's what's going to end up happening. I mean, they're already talking about a whole bunch of funds that are going to start adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets, because it's stupid if you don't. Not that I'm a financial advisor, but I don't know how many more times I'm going to tell you. And you watch it, the power of it is there, and it cannot be denied whatsoever. Even if you want to make a quick buck, or if you want to set it up for your family on a long-term basis. Either way. And I can't wait to show you what we've invested and where we're at. And right now, I can tell you this, just so you'll know, because we bought some at a little higher price than that. So we are, because we're down right now. Let's see. We're down about $160 right now. So we haven't even gotten to break even. And then, which I think when it hits about 63, 64, we'll break even. And then when it shoots in that part to 70 and then 73, the profits will be crazy. But we're like about 100 and something down right now. So shows you, because I bought some from 70 down, and I just wanted to, and I've been able to purchase a lot now lately on the bottom, and you guys have made some donations, which thank you very much. And so now when it goes up, it is just going to be sick into the green. And when it gets to 80, I'm going to show you the amount of profit that I'm in. So I can show you that even at these numbers, it'll make the kind of movement that your bank account, your savings account, your money market account, they don't even come close to. So I that's why I did this experiment. I had some money saved for altcoins here, which I should have invested in. I'd make more money, but that's different for people. Everybody kind of knows Bitcoin, and whether you believe it or you don't, I want to run this experiment to show you guys, so that way you feel like, okay, well, yeah, okay, O's doing it right in front of me, what he's invested, what he's in profit in, and look at the level where it's at. And it doesn't matter, because it's going to run to 90, 95, 100. And then what's going to happen, folks? We're going to consolidate again. And we're going to lose 20% again. And it'll drop to like 80, 85. where it was at 100. Might drop to 78. And what are you supposed to do there? That's when you rebuy again, and then you know it's going to go where it was at 100. It'll go to 110, 120, 130, because that's kind of the way the cycle goes. And you'll make money again, and you'll make money on the dip. And that's why it's what I've told you. We've been in this rut for 2 months. Instead of like getting depressed, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. The longer this window is open, the better. When people were making fun of me when it was at 16 and 18 and 19 and all that, and I said, no, this is awesome. This gives me more time to accumulate and more time to accumulate. And I went crazy when it was down in the teens and the 20s. I mean, I went crazy. I tried to buy as much as I can, everything. Okay, I tried to sell my entire house to buy Bitcoin, and my wife just stopped me. Would have paid off big. Sell my house, make it all in Bitcoin in the 16, 18 range. That's a 5X from where we're at. No, 4X. You know, man. Anyway, so that's why there's a patience thing to it. 61,810. I have the Crypto Bro Show, but I haven't done it, man. I haven't done it. I've been lazy about it, to be quite honest. Time in the market, not, yeah, right. Time in the market, not time in the market. Exactly, John. Medium O, not a financial advisor. I swear either your Bitcoin hat and headphones are getting bigger or your face is shrinking. Well, my face is shrinking because I always get, you know, a rounder face when I gain weight. Yeah. So I am losing face, neck, and then of course my chest and my stomach. Today we're sporting a little anthrax. There we go. For those of you that are into anthrax, if you've never heard Anthrax, I'll give you a fun song to kind of get into for one. You may not like all the songs, but at least this one will be a little closer to more mainstream. Antisocial from Anthrax. That would be one that I would throw out. Thank you, dude. 67 on the Slim Shady. Not there yet. I'm trying, but we need another 35 pounds to really get slim. You know, and by the way, today I am actually NorCal will be proud of me. Today I'm going to start some weights. Today I'm going to start on my chest and arms. So that'll be cool to start getting involved in there. Bitcoin is from Russia. LOL. JK maybe. No, Bitcoin's not from Russia. But it's all right. I mean, people can make up whatever they want to make up. It's all good. Let's see. What else do we have? Okay. All right. Let me give you some birthdays today, folks. James Brown was born on this date in 1933. We lost him in 2006. Damn legend, bro. Is Designer a rapper people actually know? Here's some stupid picture. He's 27. I have no idea who he is. Eric Church, I do know. Not that I listen to his music. Country singer is 47. I've heard of him. Bing Crosby was born on this date in 1903. We lost him in 77. Cheryl Burke is 40. Frankie Valli, 90 years old. Christina Hendricks. Is that the men, whatever, the show, the sales show? That's the redhead from there. Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace, was born in 97. On this day, we lost him in 2022. Crazy story, dude. Crazy story with him. Sugar Ray Robinson, the boxer, was born in 21 on this date. We lost him in 89. Damn. A lot of big-time names that passed away. And that's it there on that one. On the musician side, let me see, because you got anything on the wrestling side there, Sean? Because I didn't see anything else. Farrah Franklin, singer, actress, model, joined Destiny's Child in 2000, along with Michelle, replacing LaToya Luckett. She was born in 81 on this date. Let's see. Bruce Hall from REO Speedwagon, born in 1953. Christopher Cross was born on this date in 51. And that's it. There you go. Those are some of the musicians born on this date. By the way, a rapper, again, help me out here on this rapping stuff because, yes, Mad Men. Yes. You got to help me here. I don't know if this clown is actually anything good. Rapper Osama's son. Anybody know him? Is he like worthy of even whatever? He's getting sued by Iron Maiden for ripping off a Power Slave era piece of Iron Maiden art in the cover of the deluxe edition of the latest album. As seen below in a screenshot, Osama's Instagram story, which has expired, the news outlet Curio shared the news of the alleged lawsuit. Iron Maiden is suing me, so cover is gone, the rapper wrote. Well, yeah, moron. You're like, you look at, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, you can actually. You can see it. Okay, the moron's in the bottom. Look what he uses, and look at the Power Slave. I get that a lot of you people out there in music nowadays have zero creativity. So you got to copy other music in order to create your own music. Just like those of you out there in Hollywood, you have no more ideas. So let's remake all kinds of movies and TV shows since we have no clue. Oh, and let's do a part 2 to a movie that's 57 years old because we had no creativity. How about you guys like get your own thing? And I guess nobody in this group listens to Osama's son. So I guess officially he's just a clown. Is that what we're talking about? Just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. By the way, tomorrow I will be at the Seminole Casino Hotel in Immokalee for the Inner Circle and Stephen Marley concert. There is the QR code. If not, go to the Seminole Casino Hotel in Immokalee. Go to the website, and you can get the tickets there tomorrow night. So join me out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. He's been jamming for like 45 years, man. 8 Grammys. Legend. And Inner Circle is going to be a blast. By the way, you can see our interview with Ian Lewis, one of the 2 founding members, the 2 brothers, founding members of Inner Circle, the heart and soul of the band. So check it out. Okay. Yes, we know, Craig, we already talked about Odell signing, my brother. Thank you very much. That's also why a lot of clothing styles from the 90s are coming back because they're running out of different styles to wear. But clothes has always been something that has come back and forth. We wore 50s style clothes. At one point, bell bottoms come back. You know, all that kind of stuff. You know, pleated pants will come back at one point or whatever. You'll get the one style that is new that really is that stupid jacket with the one button, and it looks like, you know, people wear suits now that look like they barely fit you because it looks like you're getting fat. Even if you're skinny, it looks like you're getting fat. Like, I don't like that style. I know I'm old. Sorry. Officially, I'm old on that one. I'm an old fart. I will not wear that style of if I wear my suit, the buttons will cross over like they're supposed to, and we'll do it that way. I'm not wearing my suit where they're barely buttoning together. I find that style to be absolutely ridiculous. Okay, but most styles will come and go, and that's kind of been a thing with clothes. The double belt came back a few years back, which was in style when I was a kid in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of the way it goes. Got our slot receiver? No, you didn't. Odell Beckham's not the slot receiver. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. You see the weather people wear those suits and they are barely. It's just, I find that to be ridiculous, dude. You know? Heck, vinyl came back big time, outselling the CD format. Yeah. Yeah. 90s baggy look was so sweet. Yes. Yes, it was. I would have to agree with that. By the way, Ed Sheeran is tonight at the Hard Rock Live. Sean Paul is tonight at the Fillmore. Stephen Marley is tonight at the venue of Destination in Daytona. So Inner Circle and Stephen Marley tonight. Tomorrow, I'll see them in Immokalee. Tonight also, 50 Cent is at Club 11 here in Miami. Man, I saw this. Next Wednesday, Toto at Ruth Eckerd Hall in Clearwater. Wednesday, I may get in my car and drive over to Clearwater after the show to see Toto. Because I miss Toto, one of our listeners. I forgot your name, sir, but God, you are a saint, man. He offered me a pair of tickets and a parking pass for Journey and Toto at the Hard Rock Live, but I was fresh off my surgery and I was just not physically in a good place. And my wife would have to wheel me and all. I just did not want to go through that and put her through that. And I said, thank you, but I can't. It was one of a few concerts that I missed that really hurt me. And what really hurt me, it's not so much missing Journey, because I've seen this Journey several times. I saw Journey with Steve Perry a couple times, so I'm good. It was the Toto opening up for Journey. So now, if they really are at Ruth Eckerd Hall next Wednesday, now I get to see him as a headliner. This is when life comes around and says, here you go, young man. Here's a break for you. Enjoy. You wanted to see Toto? Now you can go see Steve Lukather and the boys. You've never seen them? Yeah, there we go. Little 99. Yeah. Rosanna, Africa, Georgie Porgy. I love Toto, man. They're so good. They have so many songs. I don't think people realize how many songs they have. So it's pretty cool. David Gilmour of Pink Floyd, he is touring. You will hear 60s and 80s and some of his solo songs. You will not hear, supposedly, you will not hear any Pink Floyd from the 70s. Just so you'll know. But if you are going, he has released a couple of dates. And for our friends across the pond, you win, because he's going to be at London Royal Albert Hall, October 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, and 15. Okay? He'll release an album, Love and Strange, September 6th. And then I don't know what he's going to add after that. But apparently he's not playing any 70s Pink Floyd. Just to give you the heads up, just in case. But 60s and 80s he will be playing. So that's pretty cool if you want to know about that. What else did I see? How about music history? Let's go with a little music history on this date of May 3rd. What happened in rock and roll history? We started in 84, the vintage lineup of Blackmore, Gillum, Glover, Lord, and Pace reunited as Deep Purple. In 80, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band were at the top of the charts, starting a 6-week run at #1 with their record, Against the Wind. Still running against the wind. Let the Cowboys ride against the wind. All right, and let me tell you, Bob Seger is an American treasure. Just want to just say it out there, okay? If you're not a Seger fan, I don't know if I should allow you to stay in this country. I'm just saying. I don't know. If I was president, that might be a requirement. You must follow Seger. You must follow Bruce. I mean, Americana. 2006, Godsmack topped the album charts with their 4th effort, the aptly titled Foe. In 1975, Chicago started a 2-week run at #1 on the album charts with Chicago 8. It marked their 3rd #1. And that, my friends, is what happened today in Musica history. There we go. Knicks last night, by the way, eliminated the 76ers 4-2 in the series, 118-115. Brunson had 41. DiVincenzo had 23. Embiid, 39 points, 13 rebounds. Maxey did not have a good game. Shot 6 of 18, 1 of 6 from three-point range. Pacers eliminated the Bucks, 120-98, 4-2 in the series. Tonight, we got Game 6. The Cavs and the Magic, I can't believe in them because neither one can win on the road. And that kind of gives me the impression Cavs and Magic are those teams that are happy to be there in the first round. You got to show me some balls, Cavs. How about winning tonight on the road? And not that I'm going against the Magic or the Cavs. I don't really give a shit. But I'm not impressed with either team. All they can do is hold serve. That's it. 9:30, Clippers at Mavs. Mavs are leading 3-2. They can end it tonight. We'll see if Luka and Kyrie end that thing. So Odell gets a 1-year deal with the Dolphins, $3 million. Excuse me. He's got $5.25 million in incentives. Crazy. Jakeem Grant has been invited to Eagles camp. Chargers signed DJ Chark. He was never on Miami's radar. Understand that. Okay, so if anybody, well, the Dolphins, no, the Dolphins were never looking at DJ Chark. Ever. Never. Just like Dalton Reisner. There is zero interest. Okay, so anybody talking or writing and saying Dolphins, it's bad information. Just want you to know that. They're just filling space and, another receiver off the board for the Dolphins. They were never interested. They were only interested in one guy, Odell. That's the guy they were interested in. And they've proven that over and over again, and they got him at a rock-bottom price. Now I got Godsmack playing. Yeah, Godsmack is excellent. Alf, I woke last night to the sound of thunder. Far off, I sat and wondered. Started humming a song from 1962. Ain't it funny how the night moves? When you just don't have that much to lose. Ain't it funny how the night moves? So good. So good. I'm a turn the page guy. That's my favorite Seger song. Turn the page. I love Hollywood Nights. Oh, damn. So many. I can just jam Seger and get on the highway and just drive, dude. His music is impeccable. Really impeccable. Good shit, Alf. Good shit. Big O, help me make a decision since Star Wars 1 is back in theaters. Phantom of the Menace, 25 years. Should I watch today at 7, but I want to see Luca play at 9:30, or just watch it Saturday at 12:30? I would just go to the theater to watch Star Wars, then come home and watch Luca recorded. That's all. And you can't miss it. It's like when, some guy goes to me once, there was a UM game, and I was headed to a concert, and and the guy goes to me, dude, what kind of a fan are you? You're not going to watch it? I go, bro, I'll watch it when I get home. It'll be recorded. What's the big deal? I can't do that with the concert. I have to be there live. I have to see it. And, it's kind of the way it goes. I can't go back to the DVR for the concert. I just can't. It's a live performance, and I love live music, so I got to go see it. I didn't miss the game. Not at all. I saw the game. The next day, I could talk about it like everybody else. I went to sleep at 2 a.m. or whatever because I had to stay up to watch the game, but it is what it is, right? I made my decision, and I didn't lose out. But fanboy there was like, oh, you're not that hardcore of a fan. I go, why? If I go back home to watch it, I'm pretty hardcore. But, my life is a little bit more than just sports. I get it. We have the Neanderthals out there that, just live and eat and breathe sports. That's just not who I am. And especially at my age now, I have a lot more interest in things that I want to talk about. So, hold the line. Love isn't always on time. You're right. I love it. That's a great song. That piano. Dun, 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 dun. I love it, man. Love it. Hold the line is a great one. Let's see. Brett says, turn the page. Main Street, Night Moves among so many Seeger classics. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Beautiful Loser. It just goes on and on and on. He's impeccable, bro. He's impeccable. He's just one of those that if you never got to see him live, I feel bad for you. But that man is a legend. Absolute legend. So we thank David Furones and Manny Navarro. If you missed them, you can rewind, or later on, Sean will post them, video, audio, all that good stuff, and any of the crazy rants that I might have had today. We thank all of you that tuned in. Please support our amazing sponsors. Tomorrow, if you're at the Stephen Marley concert in Inner Circle, please say hi. Okay? Love to meet you out there and say hi, so please do that. On behalf of Sean Stanley, we'll see you all on Monday. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.